ends of the field for Indonesia. And now Emanu Mantan is going to come on. It's for Zulfami Arifin. So presumably Russian. It would be for the back for you for Singapore.
I think it looks like they could do that. Go with four at the back, put Anu in midfield, push Song a bit further forward. Another option will also be to drop Haris into that back line. That's something they could also decide to do. And it does look like they're going to stick with the five at the back as it stands. Anu and Shadan in central midfield. Haris in the center of that back three. Safwan taking over Zulfami's position.
Malcolm Baggett has come on for Rizky Ramadani. He's the man who flew in from the UK, played one game, got quarantined for a bit after a COVID scare, and then came back in his return game to score against Malaysia. Ezra Walian of Dutch and Indonesian heritage, the striker. Emanu Mantan plies his trade in Malaysia. Let's see if these changes have any bearing early on. Irfan. And now Pratama Arhan. He's got Emanu Mantan right on him. Slips that into Irfan. And that is hit by the other Irfan. There's Baggett out to Pratama. Straight forward for Hassan Sani. So they've maintained their shape as well, Russia, with three at the back, Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean, at times, as I said, Alfiandra can step forward into midfield, which he's doing here. Rahmat as well can just drop into that back line. It's an excellent challenge by Alfiandra. Two players coming together. He looked like he could have been seriously hurt, perhaps.
It's Nur Adam. And the Indonesian players trying to make a point here.
There you go, Nur Adam. There's nothing I could see that was wrong with that. Both, again, just one of those both players. There was a foot that connects with Alfiandra's face, but really, there's nothing Nur Adam could have done about that.
He looked pretty cool about it. He's on a yellow card, remember. Here's Irfan. So Haris Harun going into the centre back role that he was playing in with his club Lion City Sailors last season. And he's got that versatility, hasn't he, Roshan, to play either in midfield or in defence.
Yeah, Haris has always had that. Here he is, just looking to keep track of the movement of Ezra Walian. I think Haris has spoken recently about perhaps not being in full fitness as well. As Wetan breaks free down this right-hand side.
Oh, he's been a real danger man, hasn't he? Wetan Sulaiman to Irfan. 3 goals, 2 assists in this tournament. He is down and out at the moment, Irfan. Kambuaya. Here's Baggett. He applies his trade with Ipswich on the under-23 side. Irfan is back on the pitch. About Ezra Walian, 24-year-old, who spent part of his youth career with AZ Alkmaar and Ajax Amsterdam before making the move to Indonesia a couple of years ago.
Well, that was a good run by Song Woo-yong. And well defended, good covering from Arhan, the left back there. What he did, Song, was just drop deep and then spun around Baggett into that space that was created for him.
Good work there from Iksan. It's still Iksan. Oh, he's got the ball right across the face of the goal, but fantastic perseverance from the striker.
This is what Singapore need a lot more of in the second half against this Indonesian side. that fight, that spirit, that willingness to go on and win these balls, win these challenges. It's wonderful work from Iksan. Just to make sure he was on Arhan there, to win the ball back, put him under pressure. Tried to carve out an opportunity for himself. Just didn't have anyone gambling on the far post.
Alejandro gets that away. Nur Adam. Now Kambuaya. So Shadan on him. Here's Walian. Up to Song Wei, a little bit of luck perhaps for him. Outside to Iksan. He's got Elkan Baggett right on him as well. Oh, good work again from the young man. No foul from Nazrul Nazari on Irfan. Here's Pratama. Irfan Jaya, look at that amount of space he has at the moment. Slips that in. Oh, lovely touch there from Witan Sulaiman.
Yeah, very good covering from Shadan. So important that he was alert to that and dropped himself back into his own penalty area. Because such an intelligent little flick in behind by Witan Sulaiman.
So there is the Singapore skipper, Haris Harun. Remember, he had COVID-19 as well not too long ago. Plus injuries. His first competitive match in a couple of months was the opening game against Myanmar in this AFF Suzuki Cup. Faris Ramli run onto that. Ahead of Fakhruddin. Now Nur Adam. That's straightforward for Nadio.
Yeah, it's in the air a long time. In the air a long time. Easier for the goalkeepers to read the flight of that ball in those situations and get out to it. No real whip or pace on that. But there was an intelligent ball that he had played in behind for Faris Ramli just before that. Encouraging start for Singapore.
Do you think there's just a bit more bite about them now?
Yeah, they're lacking a little bit of intensity in their first half.
Here's Pratama for Indonesia. Slips it to Irfan. Hanumantan's covered that, but still a loose ball. Irfan's shot is blocked by Irfan. It's Irfan Jaya to Irfan Fandi. Little turn there, isn't it? Such a threat, isn't he? Asnawi plays his football in Korea. The same club actually as this man's younger son, Shin Tae-yong's son. It's a video that's just come out. Actually an old video of Shin Tae-yong discussing his move to Indonesia with the Korean superstar Son Heung-min of Tottenham Hotspur there at the stadium in London, talking about that move in November 2019. He was considering it, and Son Heung-min was encouraging him to go. Shin Tae-yong laughing about it, saying he needs to get pocket money for his son. Here is Iksan Fandi. Again, Elkan Baggett, the task to keep close to him. He's done well here, Iksan, and he'll get the corner. Seeing more of the ball, isn't he, Roshan?
Yeah, but he's having to come out to this right-hand side quite a bit, Iksan, to get himself involved in the game. Not exactly where you want him. You want him in the area. But he's trying to make something happen for the Singapore side. Good energy, lots of pace. Nice strength as well to hold off Baggett, who knows he's in a proper battle every time he's come up against Iksan. So far they've been, well, he's been able to match him stride for stride.
Oh, that's a header, 3-1 for Iksan. High and wide though.
Yeah, again, they're able to win the first ball in these set-piece situations. That's where they are really threatening. The quality of delivery that comes in, and they're both difficult angle for him to perhaps just readjust his body as he tries to flick this one on.
It's got more touches in this first few minutes of the second half than it did in the entire first half.
Well, I said Singapore had to improve on their passing percentages in terms of the accuracy. It was 61% in the first half. It's already gone up 3% in the second.
Baby steps?
Baby steps, yep.
2 players down for Singapore.
Nazrul doing well, getting ahead of Irfan Jaya, and then Anu's colliding Anu's knee with Nazrul's head. Nazrul looks okay. It's Anu who's getting treatment now.
Yeah, hopefully be able to run that off. Play continues here now. Alfreander Lewanga stepping out more and more, isn't he? Rahmat Irianto.
An extra body in midfield, as I said, his versatility allows him to do that.
Got it on by Pratama to Irfan. 2 Irfans keeping a close eye on each other. There's a big bunch of Singapore fans there right behind Nazrul Nazari, trying to help their team on, their support. Wyatt's trying to twist and turn his way in the box, but it's now out to Singapore. Song Woo-young's done well here. Still Song, but just a heavy touch. Anumantan, who was looking to release Faris Rumley on the far side.
A bit of a shame that. A bit of a shame, just held on to it for a little bit too long, Song. Faris was free down that left-hand side, and Iksan had run himself into an offside position, so he couldn't receive. That opportunity for diagonal from Anu getting closed down very quickly.
Safety first for Haris Harun. Taeyong, of course, took Korea to the World Cup in 2018. They had a memorable result against Germany before he quit soon after. Here is that big throw coming in. We haven't seen it for a while from Pratama Arhan of Indonesia. Plenty of pace on it. Nice punch out from Hassan Sani. Here's Witan Sulaiman. Still with Witan. Asnawi. Oh, the right idea, wasn't it? To Irfan Jaya.
That was so good, so good. Irfan Jaya with the position that he took up there, a run that he made from outside in. Just have a look. I think he's kept himself, he's done really well to keep himself onside. Have a look at Nazrul here at the bottom of your screen. Keeps him onside.
Completely static, wasn't he?
He doesn't push up with that Singapore defensive line. He's trailing in behind, and Irfan Jaya was almost in behind there. Asnawi with the clever disguised pass into the run of Irfan.
Now Anumantan for Singapore. Haris Harun. Faris Rumley. Song Woo-young. Nice interchange of passes. That's a shot well over. The building a little bit more Russian.
Well, that was really good from Singapore's perspective. The way they were able to make their way right through the middle of that Indonesian side. Lovely, quick 1- and 2-touch football. Gives and goes. Iksan's asking for it to have been played into him, his run here. Instead, Faris decides to have a shot. They've not had enough of those situations where they've passed it quickly like that. They've had those connections through the middle. Those combination plays for Singapore have been missing.
Irfan has gone down here. Rahmat isn't too impressed. But I think that's fair enough. That's an elbow into the face of Irfan Fandi. There's Faris Ramli. Sharan Sulaiman looks up for his options. Now Anumantan. It's too much on that pass, but there is Nazrul Nazari. Irfan looking for his brother Iksan. Foul on Song Eui-yung. He became a Singapore citizen just a few months ago. This tournament, his first competitive matches. Singapore's first naturalised player in a long, long time. The Korean has been here for a decade or so. And Roshan was an ex-teammate of yours, and just tell us some attributes of this player, Song Eui-yung.
Well, you see it on the pitch when he plays. You know, you see it in the training sessions. His energy is work rate, ability to carry the ball forward. So he's a very strong runner with the ball. And what he's added to his game over the last few years or so, as he's developed, as he's grown, 50-50 possession there. Indonesia still leading by a goal to nil. What we've seen from Song as he's grown is the ability to add goals to his game, being played in more advanced positions for his club side, previously Home United, now at times with the Lion City Sailors.
Played as a forward, didn't he, at the end of this last season?
Yes, that's right.
Versatile player, Song Eui-yung. Great addition to this Singapore side. There's Iksan. There's urgency here about the Lions at the moment. Fakruddin gets there ahead of Iksan. Now Irfan Jaya. Rahmat Irianto, Ricky Kambuaya. Here's Alfreanda Dewanga. Now Song Eui-yung. To thread that pass to Iksan. Irfan Jaya looking to slip that through to Ezra Walian. Shepherded out by Haris Harun. Singapore seem fairly solid at the moment, with Haris now moving into that back three.
Yeah, look, they look stable at the back for the moment. Better organisation, and they're starting to look a little bit better with the ball.
That move
in possession.
Anu in the holding role. What do you think? It's pretty good. It's worked.
It's worked for now. I mean, Anu, in terms of that profile of a player, he's not the most progressive in possession, but he's got good strength. He's a ball winner in the midfield. I think a lot of the creative element from midfield has probably got to come from Song, and they've pushed him further forward alongside Iksan, him and Faris, and then you've got Shadan in there as well.
Good challenge from Song, wasn't it? Lovely take here from Faris. Faris! Oh, in a great position. Took it on his weaker left foot. And that is their best opportunity of this half, Singapore.
Oh, wonderful work from Faris. This is really good from Singapore. The way they win the ball back here, Song with a challenge. And then Faris, have a look at this lovely bit of skill. And you're backing him, once he gets into that position, you're backing him to finish it off. Wonderful here. He just sends Fakrud in the wrong way. Trying to bend it to the far corner of the goal. Faris.
Certainly has been an improvement as far as Singapore are concerned. The mistake for Malcolm Baggett, giving the ball away. He's the new man in for Indonesia.
Not had the best of impacts, Malcolm Baggett, since coming on. And Indonesia here, just at times defensively looking a little bit shaky. Singapore starting to up the tempo of their play.
And it's a double substitution for Singapore. Zulkarnain Susliman, who's been the preferred right back, or right wing back as the case may be today, is now going to come on. He's going to come on ahead of Nur Adam. So he's going to go into that left back or left wing back role. And Song Wei-yong is being taken off by Shawal Anwar. He was really making an impact, wasn't he, Song?
Yeah, again, I don't know if it's a fitness issue that they're sort of managing. But again, different type of player. Shawal coming in, lots of pace. You can see his acceleration here already. So he looks to try and track back and help his side out defensively. It's good with his off-the-ball runs as well, Shawal Anwar. Decent technician, his ability on the ball.
Indonesia are now bringing on their team captain, Ewan Dimas, for Rahmat Irianto. This is the change we saw in the last game against Malaysia.
Yeah, I think what Ewan Dimas will bring with his introduction here is a bit more control for Indonesia in possession in midfield. I think they've lost control of the game a little bit. Perhaps needing not just fresh legs in there, but someone who's very comfortable in possession, can try and dictate the tempo for them in those areas.
So Shawal move across to this right-hand side. And Dimas, centre of midfield for Indonesia. Here's Irfan Jaya. Ball over the top by Witan Sulaiman.
Yeah, good control defensively again from Singapore. They're making sure they track runners. They got themselves a lot better organised out of possession.
Shadan. Looking to again release Shawal now. But they've got some pace up there, haven't they?
Oh, you have a look at that. Singapore's pass percentage is, in terms of the accuracy of passes, gone up to 67% now.
Indonesia's as well. It's gone up a little bit to 75. Singapore certainly look an improved unit in the second half. There's Asnawi. Evan Dimas seems to be around forever, Roshan.
Yeah, he's been playing football for a long time now. I'm just looking at the attempts, and it's 6 each to Singapore and Indonesia, and both with 5 shots from inside the box. Just the one for both of them coming from outside the box.
It looks like Amy Reka is also going to come on very shortly. Saw some movement on the bench there. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to take off Iksan Fandi. Or will they play 2 out-and-out strikers? They don't need to yet, Roshan, right? With another whole game to come. Be interesting to see what they do. Here's Shawal. Maybe with that second game in mind. 20-minute run out for Amy Reka.
Interesting to see if it's Iksan or Faris actually that potentially comes off here.
Yes, Ewan Dimas. After Dewanga, Elkan Baggett. Kambuaya. Here's Witan Sulaiman has come onto this left-hand side for a bit. Suzliman, strong header. Here's Faris. Still Faris, he slips us through. Flag has stayed down, and it has made its way in. It is the equalising goal. Excel Fundy has made it 1-all. The whole crowd held its breath there, waiting to see if that would stand.
Yeah, they've deserved that goal, and straight away he asked to be taken off. They've deserved that goal, Singapore. I think they've been the better side in the second half. They started to find a flow and a rhythm in the game. They started to string passes together. Let's have a look at this run. Yeah, he's onside. Well clear onside. And I wasn't sure if he was certain he was going to score there. This takes a bit of a deflection of Nadeo, and the angle was against him as well. But what was important here, Faris does such a great job